I just realized that whole conversation was on mute.
No way.
Wow. Hey.
Lost episode. like literally lost. God, it's like no, it's not lost. It's just
welcome to the Book Club, episode 26. Today we are going to be doing one of our classic spotlight episodes. This episode is going to be covering a genre-specific Afrobeat. We just had a hilarious conversation on air that you couldn't hear right now. FCC told us we had to keep that blank. It's okay, but you know what? If you're familiar with Afrobeat, you're going to enjoy it. If you're not, if you're learning, you know, if you're learning what a good Afrobeat song sounds like, what makes one, you know, we're going to find that out as well. Now, we are going to bring you back. Okay, there's an echo. I wonder if it's let's see, that is an echo. Okay, it's fixed. Seems like cool. All right. We are going to, first episode of 2023, we are going to do Thank You Haku Systems. Appreciate that. We're going to do our 4 new songs that just came out tonight. Yes, the return of new music releases, new music reviews. As I've been kind of naming them on TikTok, I kind of like NMR seems to be the thing, but I keep going between reviews and new music release. What should I call the series? What do you think it should be?
New music reviews or new music release? I guess what makes it unique is the fact that we're reviewing it, right?
Right, and the new already is inside of the name, right? Yeah. It's newly released because it's new, right? So
that's a good point too.
New music review. We have 4 brand new songs here for you today. Here for you. We have. We'll just kind of go through first. Let's just do the new album, Ben Reaper 3, New Testament by Babytron. This new song, Ricky Henderson.
Interesting.
Are you familiar with Babytron?
No, not at all. I've just heard the name, but not at all with the music.
He's a Detroit rapper.
Okay.
A scammer rapper.
Oh, okay.
Might have heard the name around, maybe.
Okay.
Are you familiar with Ricky Henderson?
Is he a scammer?
Ricky Henderson. I mean, you know what? In some ways, I think Ricky Henderson might be the greatest scammer of all time. And hear me out. See, Ricky Henderson was a baseball player.
Okay.
For the A's.
Okay.
Right. His claim to fame, Hall of Famer. He holds the lead. He holds the record, all-time record, of most stolen bases.
Oh.
So technically, was Ricky Henderson scamming the other team?
Absolutely.
Stealing bases.
Absolutely.
Hey, Ricky Henderson, number 1 scammer of all time. Don't let anybody tell you different.
Straight out of Oakland too, huh?
Straight out of Oakland. I don't know if he's from Oakland. I think he might be from Oakland. But he played for the A's his whole career.
Ben Reaper 3 New Testament though. So is this Holy Scripture?
The Bible of scams we might see. Let's see if we get some dark web raps here. Dark web trap.
Damn, John boy. Lil' Brody stealing everything. Ricky Henderson.
Go do your research. You gotta learn something.
I fuck around and push that button. Had the blicky blender. $5,000 fit, that's 50 Benjamins. Really connected to the plug, yo should be rendering. Dodge militia, Unky and his dicky selling. Periodic table in the kitchen, 60 elements. Let me see an op, gon' lose control like Missy Elliott. I'm in that G-Wagon, G-O-D, if I see 12, I'ma keep stabbing. Why you acting like a vet, you ain't seen action. I ain't dealing with the fishy shit, won't even eat salmon. God damn. Since he capping, we gon' put 3 in his hat like Chance the Rapper. I don't think your team can get a victory, yo man's a slacker. Retired 201s, I'm walking in the cash them bags. 12 terabytes, I baked a pie. pie, I'm an applejacker. In high school, you thought you had life figured out, but now you just an average Joe, you took the 5-figure out. It's 2022, it's time to throw the swishers out. Land shopping out in Texas, I might need a bigger house. All these motherfucking track tools, I could write a book. Lil' Brody, he ain't got no L's, he finna slide on foot. Fly as hell, fuck what's underneath me, I'm too high to look. Had to pat him down for a wire, he acting like the hook. Spin the block and pop his top like a corkscrew. A killer on the gram, but he be singing in that courtroom. All I'm missing is a saddle, beating horseshoe. Bandana patches wrapped around my jeans, it ain't no horseshoe. Sipping out a baby bottle, all I'm missing is a pacifier. Sipping Wacky in October, look like apple cider. I got a pistol with a glitch, this bitch you rapid fire. I wouldn't run the scope on it, came with a magnifier. Scrape up the extras, I'm a maximizer. The skit mapped out in my head, shit, I'm a strategizer. How I make it to Kentucky when the tags expire. I fucked around and burnt my fingers rolling out a bag of fire. Paid 150 for some turbo, this a take in. If you seen us shake hands, we probably made bins. I'm 10 toes in my Ian Connors, boy, these ain't Vans. What I'm dropping in my pocket look like grape jam. Shit, I just bought 1,000. I can't even tell you what, I just thought about it. I like my lips to lose the key, can't even talk about it. I don't think that's real Virgil, something off about it. Kansas City.
Ricky Henderson, by Babytron. I have a couple thoughts about that, but I want to hear what you think.
Yeah, his flow just really reminded me of TJ's flow, the other Detroit scam rapper. But I find TJ stuff way more informative and like a step-by-step guide type of deal.
Right.
Yeah, I guess he had that same type of flow that most of the scam rappers that I've heard so far has. And I thought it was okay. Similar type of beat. It feels very, in a sense, lo-fi. Thought it was okay.
Lo-fi is a good way to put it. I actually really enjoyed it. And, I don't know if I've heard like that flow be around for a while, past few years, because underground Detroit's been kind of bubbling, and underground Detroit was kind of sharing a flow with like what was happening at the Bay Area at the same time, right? So I've just been like familiar with that flow, and I really like the so if like Lil TJ's is more informative of it, I kind of like it. So, to me, that's like you listen to like drill, right? Like Chicago drill, and a Chicago drill rapper might walk you through a murder, basically, right, over a beat. Lil TJ's kind of the idea of that too, walk you through a crime as well, like walk you through that.
Step by step.
Whereas I kind of like the more like this is the, it's like the flex.
Yeah.
Of
After
it, you know what I'm saying?
Effects,
Exactly.
yeah.
It's the Rick Ross of scamming type of thing, to where I scam so I can now have all of these things. I like that about Babytron comparative to, because there's another
Guap Dad?
He's kind of like this too more so. But is it TJ6?
It is. That's the one I was mentioning.
He's
He's the one step by step.
On the walk you through
like
the
I'm
crime.
over here taking notes.
Right. Okay. So I kind of do appreciate a different feel. It's like the Migos version of trap, like real trapping. But another point that I had too. It's interesting that we've been, not only we, but Lean has been in the game long enough.
Yeah.
Right. Where we've seen a whole kind of like, you ever, with what are those things, barbiturates, where, back then they had Quaaludes, right?
Yeah.
And then they had to stop making Quaaludes because like not everybody just getting high off Quaaludes, right?
Yeah.
And then after that, it was like, I don't know, like Percocet, whatever that was, the thing that came on after that is the new. We've kind of been right through that with Lean, to where, as recent as, let's say, DS2 by Future, like was that 2015, something like that. As recent as then, everything was activist, right? Everybody was sipping activist. Recently, and I thought that Walk was just like a slang name for it, but Walk is actually a different brand that is now the good brand.
Of Lean?
Of Lean.
So Walk would be what the brand that makes the promethazine with codeine?
Correct.
that you get from the doctor. So like you have,
They
dang.
stopped making activists. They made this new company because they're like, people actually still need this as medicine. Like, we have to like keep making this to some degree. But then hip hop found it, found the new one.
Interesting. What do you think leans on the decline?
Huh?
Do you think leans on the decline?
Every time I feel like lean is on the decline, it kind of just stays, like it just sticks around. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think there's been a drug to come out in hip hop that's
Replacing lean?
yeah. Like Perks it's had its run. I don't know if it's still having it, but like it's had its run. Xanax had its run for a little bit, not really anymore. Isn't it wild that little white kid was named Lil Xan?
Yeah,
Like
it
that's
is
wild,
Lil
right?
Xan.
Like that's a fucking wild ass.
is
Like,
like
is he doing
Lil
high end
Xan.
performance art? Like, damn.
And he wasn't even like making Eminem caliber songs.
Right,
Then he took
it's
a name Eminem didn't even take. Little Xan. Little Xanax. And then the hot Cheeto shit happens. It's like, I can't believe this shit.
Haku in the chat. It's so weird hearing the Bay flow externally. It's hard to articulate how it makes me feel. It's like hearing someone else's impression of what your accent sounds like. Right. It sounds like, exactly. It sounds like somebody's just blatantly biting it, but it's kind of like
British accents.
right.
British.
It's like Idris Elba. I mean, the next song that we have today is
Dracula by Julia Wolf.
Dracula by Julia Wolf.
Yep.
From the album Good Thing We Stayed. Are you familiar at all with Julia Wolf?
No.
Julia, excuse me.
No, but I'm hoping for some real gothic style music. Think about it. Her name is Julia Wolf. The song is Dracula. Good Thing We Stayed is something nobody would say in a horror movie ever. I think we're gonna get some gothic pop.
Okay, all right.
Like what Ghost delivers for metal, like, you know, you got the little, you know,
right.
pop metal shit going on, pop death metal with a band like Ghost. I think Julia Wolf's gonna deliver that goth pop.
All right, you know what? I'm excited now.
Me
You may
too.
be more excited than I anticipated being. Let's see.
I'm about 6'2" in my feelers. I spend my youth on the bleachers. I know a win when I see one. Go take a lap. I just be going on instinct. You hit my lights and you miss me. Wow, I hear you like we should fix things. Wink, wink. You got my notifications on. You taking notes. Nobody thought I would stay this long. Now they all know. I don't trust nobody. Giving advice. Coming from mine. I call you Dracula, cause most of you people just can't even look in the mirror. So why are you here? This summer I'm acting out. The same ones who throwing the shade are afraid of the sun. I'm coming for blood, you knew what he was. Never blind to a leecher. I know the ways of the reaper. Got enough blood on my sneakers. Go take a lap. Always the ones who were preaching with their hands in your pockets. Got no business talking. Blind off the prophet. You got my notifications on. You taking notes. Nobody thought I would stay this long. Now they all know. I don't trust nobody. Giving advice. Coming from mine. I call you Dracula, cause most of you people just can't even look in the mirror. So why are you here? This summer I'm acting out. The same ones who throwing the shade are afraid of the sun. I'm coming for blood, you knew what he was. You shouldn't have gassed me up. The same ones who throwing the shade are afraid of the sun. I'm coming for blood, you knew what he was.
That was Dracula by Julia Wolf.
Yeah.
I really like that song.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool. I did not expect that. That was pretty funky. I liked it.
I felt like Haku said Evanescence
I
raps that made
know.
me laugh.
Yeah.
But I feel like, recently the other day I went on like new rap, like a up and coming rapper playlist on Apple Music. Because I was like, what's happening right now? Because I felt like, wow, it feels like we're kind of in a lull right now in hip hop to where there hasn't really been an emerging star in a while. The stars that are kind of here are kind of now kind of just recycling. Like they're here because nothing else is happening. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about everybody. I'm just saying like there's been a lot of people who have just been around for 3-4 years now, but nobody in the last 1 or 2 years that's like emerging. And I was kind of thinking like, where does the genre even go sound wise? I was talking to a couple people about it, and it's like this tapped into something where, and I don't know if people consider hip hop, whatever, who cares, is she's rapping on it, but it was like Fiona Apple, but rapping.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was like Bjork, like that kind of artist we talk about sometimes. Alanis Morissette, that like 90s alt VH1 pop, but for hip hop. Yeah. And I thought that was fresh.
Yeah. It really reminded me of 070 Shake.
Yeah. It did at first for me too.
070 Shake's album that she dropped last year, it's called You Can't Kill Me, it's really good. I think it's like one of my favorite albums of last year, and it has a lot of songs in the same vein as this. And I think Shake has a better voice than Julia Wolf. I thought like at portions Julia Wolf's voice was a little too high pitched and like folky. You know what I mean?
I like that though.
I could see that.
I specifically I like because I like folky like music. Like
it's too folky.
That's more. Keep going. I want folky. I want folk rap for real. Without it being some like meme genre. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the closest thing to that. Like, yeah.
So I didn't dig the fact that she said, like, Dracula, you can't look in the mirror, because Dracula has no issues looking in the mirror, man. Just because he doesn't see a reflection doesn't mean he can't look in the mirror.
True, he can't use a mirror.
He could use a mirror. He just won't see a reflection of himself. You could use a mirror for various other purposes.
This man, Julia Wolf, come on air for a debate on Dracula's.
You said you can't.
Use
you
of
can't
a
look in the mirror. Dracula can't.
Look, I'm gonna wait till I'll let you guys have Julia on the show. Have you guys debate this one.
Julia.
All right, don't let me get in the middle of this one.
Lyrics there. Get some songwriter credits.
Singer-songwriter Muhammad.
Yes.
There we go. Next song is Main Skin, song Gossip, featuring Tom Morello. The album Rush.
Ooh, all caps.
Exclamation point.
Yes.
Rush. Tom Morello, guitarist from Rage Against the Machine, one of the GOATs. So it's what kind of caught my eye when I was sifting through. Never heard of Main Skin.
With the little accent mark over the A.
This was throwing me off a little bit.
Måneskin.
What are you thinking it could be?
It's called Gossip. It's Rush.
Rush.
Something heavy, and I'm not even joking for once. I think
we actually get the first heavy song.
Something heavy. You?
What's the?
We haven't had one yet.
I think it's gonna be like a like rock.
Yeah.
Rock, like classic rock 2.0, where it's like that 90s, early 2000s style now. That's classic rock,
a little gentler.
I think a little gentler.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This brings up a good question though. What's the hardest song we've ever played on here?
We haven't had anything too. Yeah.
So what would it be? Would it be Lit Biscuit? Is that the hardest shit we've ever played?
As hardcore as anything we've done. Holy shit.
That's the hardest.
Yeah. I was gonna say some of the Burzum stuff, but that wasn't even on this channel. That would have been on Timo's channel. So
that wasn't even this. No,
on this channel, Limp Bizkit.
Like that's the hardest shit, right? I can't. Hold up, unless no, we really don't be listening to like some hard shit on here. Even like the hip hop hasn't like crossed over.
It's soft. The most metal shit's gotten in this is just our conversations of, hey, this is gonna be a metal song.
Let's see if we break the streak.
Like, think about it. Even when it comes to like classic rock, we haven't really.
Everything been soft.
Has the most iconic rock band that we covered been Limp Bizkit?
Yep. And we covered them
That's
in
what
depth.
If like we died today, we'll be those dudes that covered Limp Bizkit.
The best Limp Bizkit review that existed.
Best.
Like
At the very least, top 5 Limp Bizkit reviews of all time.
and it's not like we had Limp Bizkit in like a hey, we're doing it 1999 or hey, this is Florida artists. No, we did a expo. We did like a research paper on Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
We went deep into that.
Yeah.
So Fred Durst, hit us up. We'll review your next album coming
Yeah,
out.
that's right. Yeah.
Here we go. Let's jump in. Gossip. Is this gonna be our hard song?
Welcome to the city of lies, where everything's got a prize. Gonna be in your favorite place. You can be a movie star and get everything you want. Just put some plastic on your face. This place is a circus, you just see the surface. They cover shit under the rug. You can't see they're faking, they'll never be naked. Just fill your drink with tonic gin, this is the American dream. So sip the gossip, drink till you choke. Sip the gossip, burn down your throat. You're not iconic, you are just like them. Oh, don't act like you don't know. So sip the gossip, drink till you choke. Sip the gossip, burn down your throat. You're not iconic, you are just like them. Oh, don't act like you don't know.
It's Gossip. Main Skin. What you think?
I thought it came out, 20 years too late.
I like that retro though. Like I like I feel like
cool.
there hasn't been like people be bringing rock especially be bringing back old genres all the
Sure,
time. Like
that's
if you
true.
bring that back, I'll be fine. Like I'll be cool with it. Like it was enjoyable. I feel like it's so just recently I went to this last month actually. My mom had asked me, "Hey, do you want to go to this John Mayer concert at the SAP Center, right?" So I was like, yeah, like, I'll go. That's cool. I don't know if I had seen John Mayer before at that point. I was like, okay, cool. So we went, and I found out once I got there, it was kind of like one of those like radio shows. Like I forget what that there's a bumper sticker that's been here forever where it's like white letters. It's black and white. KSJO. It's like it's one of those that play the pop records on it. Like that's where Maroon 5 gets played, like type of shit, right? And headlining it was Imagine Dragons, right?
Okay.
I was like, Imagine Dragons, okay, I guess. I use like pop type band, like that kind of type band, right? And John Mayer went, he was awesome, right? But then Imagine Dragons went, and like that shit was amazing. Because I realized, like, damn, I know, like, these songs kind of just get embedded into you.
Sure.
You don't realize how you're around them. It's like, wow, like, this shit is actually hard. It's like finding are you saying, like, the good version, like, how this kind of rock is supposed to sound? Like, that pop rock, it's, like, not hard. Like, you can Toyota commercial type. But it's like, this is hard. Like, I'm in it. So, like, something like this, if real pop rock, because pop rock is dying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like if the rock can get back into the pop space, I think it can have a resurgence. Because what I am seeing is I think hip hop is falling out of the pop space.
Okay.
So, and I think it's like EDM is kind of like dominating right now, like K-pop, even like kind of international Bad Bunny. But I think this is the perfect time for like pop rock to make a comeback and to fill that void, to fill that vacuum. And then it would be cool to see like rock come back, like the more like creative stuff and everything.
Yeah, do you think Main Skin can be one of the many bands to lead this?
I think that it's cool to see somebody like Tom Morello respecting it. It's like, I'm in. And he was dropping some dope shit on it too. So like, I'm cool with it. I hope they are. Let's bring rock back.
Should be interesting to see where rock goes.
Right. Let's
We
make
got
rock
a
great
whole year
again.
to see. 2023 just began.
Absolutely. Next, we're gonna do a. Speaking of an older era,
Yo.
Paramore is back with "Say Calm Ka," her new song, their new song, from the album. This is why I guess it's a new album that's coming out as well.
This is why they're putting out this song.
Right? They just told you right there on the album
This is
cover.
why.
This is why.
That's the
Why?
album.
Why is Paramore coming back? This is why.
This is why it's an album. What do you think it means?
The album title or
Nah.
the name? Oh, "C'est comme Ka." So is that French?
So
Spanish?
I'm like using context clues, and it's like say la vie, right?
Right. Right.
So that's such.
right.
Comme, if it's like comme des garçons, like. Comme des garçons, like some boys.
Right.
Comme would be like, so like such like ka. Can you think what ka is?
Do you,
I can't think of any French phrase that would even like slightly lead me to ka. Such like ka. Say, comme. Do you think we'll get an answer?
it could. Let's see. Let's see if she tells us.
Let's see.
Let's see if she
Do
tells
I have to
us.
Google this Paramore, or are you gonna tell me in the next 2 minutes and 20 seconds?
Break it down for me.
In a single year, I've aged 100. My social life, a chiropractic appointment. Sit still long enough to listen to yourself, or maybe just long enough for you to atrophy to hell. I'm off caffeine on doctor's orders. Said it was gonna help to level out my hormones. Lucky for me, I run on spite and sweet revenge. It's my dependence on the friction that really hinders my progression. I know that regression is rarely rewarded. I still need a certain degree of disorder. C'est comme ça, na 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 na. C'est comme ça, na 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 na. C'est comme ça, na 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 na. C'est comme ça, na 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 na. I know that regression is rarely rewarded. I still need a certain degree of disorder. I hate to admit getting better is boring, but the high cost of chaos, who can afford it? C'est comme ça, na 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 na. 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 C'est comme ça, na 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 na
Wow, that whole time was no audio.
No.
Oh my God, I'm sick.
Stop that.
Yeah, you know what?
C'est la vie. It is like that.
This is why.
This is why.
All right, I'm gonna TLDR what we just were talking about. The 5 minutes that this shit was just muted. You know what? People aren't giving enough respect to Halloween songs. Halloween has some fucking bangers. Everybody's on Christmas because we were talking about like everybody says like All I Want for Christmas Is You is the biggest Christmas or the biggest holiday song of all time. When Thriller's right there, like that. There's Thriller. That's the GOAT. There's the music video got costumes. Like what?
It's so goated that people don't even see it as a Halloween song any longer.
Right. Right.
Perfect pop song, but nah, it's
Like,
not. It's not just a pop song.
I'm gonna be honest. Hot take.
It's a Halloween song.
There is no other time in your life you're gonna listen to the song Thriller. That's
Just
it.
that time.
That's it, dog. That's
From
it.
Mid-September to November 1st is when you're listening to Thriller.
That is it. And I'll listen to like the Thriller album and I'll just kind of I'll maybe skip Thriller because it's like that's
Not
such
yet.
a niche
What
novelty song, but Halloween comes through. what do you mean? It's
classic.
a novelty holiday song, and Michael tried to tell you there's money in Halloween. There's fucking money there, and we just talking about the Monster Mash. Like, bro, the Monster still get spent to this day,
Imagine
bro.
the royalties.
The Monster Mash royalties.
The Monster Mash.
It's the quiet, like, all I want for Christmas is you cut.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like, there's some that spooky, scary skeletons that got you. Like, bruh, they got joints. Christmas got, or Halloween got joints, bro.
And you made a great point about, like, and how could we just ignore, like, all of Tech Nine strange music, Thriller Lynch,
Right, bro.
like,
Horrorcore.
like 3-6 Mafia. Come on,
Exactly.
Stay Fly, horror music. Did you see
Right.
the shirt that Juicy J was wearing?
Yes, bro.
Skeletons,
Fucking
bro. Horrific green skeletons.
Juicy J was
scared us as kids.
Everybody say they learned from Michael, but Juicy J was actually learning from Michael. He was like, "Hold on, let me get this scary money. Let me get spooky money. There's a lot of money in that spooky money, man."
You know how
Damn.
Michael Jackson got a stage name, right? Inspired by Michael Myers.
See, he was a horror head all
He was
along, right?
A big part of it was prior to turning it into what it was. Neverland was supposed to be actually like a haunted house type of gimmick, but he thought it would like just scare the crap out of kids. You know?
Right. It wouldn't be like the same vibe that he was
Yeah,
going
it's
for,
too
right?
much. It's
Yeah,
not-
yeah.
He likes horror doesn't mean everyone likes horror.
What's his favorite scary movie?
He is a big fan of Halloween, as mentioned,
Right,
Michael Myers
right.
and all of that. But he actually prefers Roman Polanski's Rosemary's Baby.
Okay, he's a Exorcist, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he likes a lot of he likes
Okay,
the
that's
theatrics
how
of
he goes
things
with
like
it.
that.
Right,
some
right.
Cronenberg stuff. He thought The Fly was really thought provoking, like Jeff Goldblum's.
And then he was like, you know what? I'm such a fan. I'm big enough now. I'm gonna make my own Halloween song, my own spooky. It had a storyline. Like, it wasn't just like a music video. Like, the shit was fucking. Shout out Thriller, holiday song of the world, right
Best
there.
holiday song for sure. Like,
By
it's not-
far.
yeah.
Now, you know what? Because we are going to, at the end of this year, bring you our top 100 songs of the year. All found aren't here. So, you know what? We're going to give our own ranking from here. How would you rate these right here?
Yeah, so I really like, C'est Comme Ka.
I voted that pretty high, too. So we can go ahead and put C'est Comme Ka, number 1.
I did Dracula.
Okay, then Dracula.
For me, at least. I did Ricky Henderson and then
And then
Gossip.
Gossip,
Was
okay.
underneath.
That's going to be our...
Whereas I know for you, you said it goes Dracula, did Gossip.
It would go Dracula, Gossip, correct.
Ricky
correct,
Henderson, C'est Comme Ka.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This works for me. So we have our top 4 right now. Haku said, "Catch me in media play, copping the Halloween FX CD." Absolutely,
Ooh,
man.
yes.
Absolutely. You already know. You know, back in the day, like a place like Party City used to have like CDs for like, here's for your Halloween party, right? Because you know what's underrated about it is like Christmas, I guess you live through for like the month of December, so it kind of is played places, right?
Yeah.
But Halloween per capita has more parties, right? And parties need music, but nobody's making music
Halloween
for that
music.
party, right? Exactly.
And it sucks because it's when you do play Halloween music, it's either like scary as shit or it's like goofy as shit. You
Right.
don't get a lot of thrillers in there, you know.
Exactly. That was kind of giving you. It was giving you both. It was giving
Both,
you some
yeah.
good vibes there. Absolutely. Spooky Chain and Floor Creek sounds exactly
Yeah.
that witch laughing.
Those CDs.
Yeah, that's that shit that
And different
Great America.
interpolations of the Halloween music. Dun, 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 dun. Is that the most overused Halloween music?
Michael Myers. That
yeah. That it's the Psycho theme. Dun, 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 dun.
yeah. We haven't had a banger like that in a while.
Yeah.
Like with the sound.
Imagine just sampling that part
Actually,
over and over and
the
over
closest
again.
we've had is probably the Purge horn.
Oh, I don't
know
know
it's
the
not-
Purge music.
No, you ever hear that horn? That like when they have you ever seen the Purge?
No, I know the idea behind it, but now I haven't seen any of them. Are they fun?
Bruh,
Yeah, cool.
bruh,
okay.
you have to watch them.
Alright,
Every single one too.
that good. Huh?
Usually you get to like Purge 5, like this is about to be garbage, but it was all fire,
Holy shit.
bruh.
I
One
think
of my
it's even a
favorite
TV
movies.
show, right?
Bruh, I watched it.
That's
Fire.
Wow,
Fire, bro.
Okay. That's
So-
high praise coming from a high place, man.
I'm gonna give you a quick little like kind of breakdown, right? So each one is like a different part. So the Purge is, you got the idea of
Yeah.
it, right? So the first one is this guy in his home and he's trying to protect himself, his family, right?
Uh-huh.
And I was kind of like, you know what? I didn't really like it because I was like, I want to see what's happening outside. Like that sounds like all the fun shit is happening, right? So the second one comes, and it's this this person has to get like across town, like across New York, right? So it's going through like it's like 4 or 5 people, and they all have to make it, and they'll have their different reasons to need to make. I gotta get to my wife. I gotta get to my kids, right? That one's fun as hell. The next one I believe is. It's like it takes you back in time to the first purge and how it started. So you keep getting this backstory. And then the next one is this election that takes place that this president wants to keep the purge and this one wants to take it down, right? And then the next one is like fucking the purge, the last purge, I think. And the TV show is what happens in between the purges. Okay. So all you see usually in the movies is that 24 hours and like they get out or they don't, whatever. The movie is like how it all leads up, and like, bruh, you got to watch it.
Yeah, I'll definitely.
You got to watch it, bro.
That sounds interesting. I've always liked the mask designs. I thought those were really cool.
Right. Yeah, Purge is dope. Okay. Next up we have right now, before we get into the main piece, is our new thing review of the week. Bringing it back.
Where it be? I guess we're already reviewing it. Can we find it? How easy is it to find?
The classic. You can never find it. Doesn't matter how big or obnoxious or small it is.
But there we go.
The Roku remote.
On a scale of 1 to 10 for finding it, where would you rate it on findability just right now?
2 out of 10.
2 out of 10?
2 out of 10.
Too small.
Too small.
Sleek.
Too small. Like, I don't understand why everybody wouldn't just make their remotes like lime green. Or like red, like why this color? It's like a little dark. I have to turn on a light to look for this shit. Like, come on, it just blends in with sleek. Everything. I get it.
That's a great point.
You know, like make it fucking or green, like something I can just see, right? Because it's a bit small.
So I do like the fact that it's black. And I think it looks fancy. But I do appreciate what you're saying, where it needs to be a brighter color when lost. Have it changed. If the remote is lost, I should be able to yell out, change color. And it changes colors for me to be able to find it.
Like an alert, like help me find it, and it just turns red.
It turns
like
red
and
it
white.
starts
It's like blinking, right, exactly. Roku hit us up because we got a banger here.
It could even start beeping a little bit, maybe.
Now, you have one of these.
Yep.
Do you? Okay. Walk through some of these buttons that we have here. See, what I do like about the Roku remote is it's very minimal. There's only so much here, right? I feel like we got to a point with, I don't know, like your old TVs or whatever, would just have like fucking hella. It's like, what do I do with exactly the stuff down here to change like the audio? Like, I don't want to bring the treble up. Like, I just want to like change the channel. Like, what do you mean? I like this because it has the most important buttons.
Oh yeah, on the side. I love that feature of it a lot. Mute. Yep.
Mute, up, down, volume. That's the most used on this for sure, right? Good number pad, right? What I don't like really about the Apple TV remote that I have is, although that touchpad seemed like it'd be pretty cool, like at first, it sucks because like you touch it and it's like imperfect, so you can like slide over too much or whatever. Right. With this, it's like click, click, click. You know, I know what I'm getting out of it.
Good old D-pad.
Exactly. You got your home and return buttons right there on that. Your power button probably the next most used, right? I do feel like power buttons always feel like they end up getting more depressed into the remote, right? We need to do something about power buttons with that.
That and like volume buttons.
And then mine, we were talking about this earlier. I have the Netflix, Hulu, Vudu, and Roku channel buttons on. Yours is different. What do you have on yours?
Right. I also have Netflix and Hulu like yours does, but instead of Roku and Vudu, I have Apple TV Plus and Disney Plus.
And I like that idea of having just the, it's like the why we're here. button. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
like, if I gotta mess around and try to go to Netflix, or can I just go to Netflix or go to Roku?
You could even press it and it turns it on straight to Netflix. So if your TV's off and you press, again, like Netflix, it just goes
Wow.
straight to it and turns it on and everything.
So yeah, now I wish I had like the Apple TV and
you don't
Disney
even have
Plus
to
button
press
so I can
power.
get there.
Less depression on that power.
Right. Damn, you're right. Hey.
What's
fun
interesting
fact.
is your TV is it's a Hisense, correct?
Correct.
So mine's a Westinghouse, but the remote design's the same. So it's funny how much influence Roku has, where it's these two different companies, such as Westinghouse and Hisense, but the remote is one and the same.
They're producing the same remote for him, because this is the Roku product, basically, right? Like that's the TV, and it's like a thing, but like this is this controls the Roku.
Remote.
Like this is what they're patenting,
Which
you know?
is interesting because it's not even generic. In the sense that they even still slap on the brand's name. Like,
Right.
it still says Hisense.
True.
That's a good point. The TV is really something that, yeah, I get what you're saying.
It does take AAA batteries, which is a bitch because I never seem to have triple. I always have AA. I never have fucking AAA.
Yeah.
It's small enough to where it makes sense for AAA, but put it this way, if this dies tomorrow, I'm fucked for like a day at least. Like I don't have any around the house. I don't know if I have anything I can take it out of. You know, I can't even like rotate batteries over to anything else. Trash. Lightweight though, I do like this groove that's right here. Yours has this groove as well. Like it feels good in your hand. Like give it a hold.
you know, like
see, it
reduce
just looks good in your
carpal
hand.
tunnel on the hand.
Right, good ergonomics on that.
Yeah, it's good, especially when you use it a lot. It's very good for the wrist.
Right, because I feel like when you're doing it a lot, when it was more heavier, like those bigger remotes, you get kind of too much pull down right here. Ask
Big
Dr. T
Insurance
about
has made
that.
so much money off of just remote usage. It's insane.
Right, Roku comes in like enough of that health conscious with this, you know.
Government was trying to stop that little contour there. They're like, nope.
Right, they but Roku was they fought for that.
Yeah.
They fought for that patent. They kept that patent. They tried to say that this was a stolen patent.
Yeah.
From a like an old cigar holder.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
By like Albert Whiskers or something.
Right,
like that,
right. But Roku was able to win that in court.
Because they have to in court. They have to prove that book club.
Okay. Is back. Beautiful remote. I think you don't want to reinvent the wheel when it comes to these kind of things. Like I said, the only thing is that I don't like about it is findability, discoverability is trash. It's garbage. I think it's fucking lost so many times. And it's like, look, like all of the things that I have, like that what set things on are like darker, right? So I could just be having it face down. I'll walk past it 3 times and be like, damn, I'm just gonna look back at the desk.
Like another gadget.
Right, exactly. Like, so I do. That's one thing. Like, give me like a bright ass color just so I can see it. Like, you know, like, please. Other than that, great product. I would recommend the Roku remote to anybody out there with a Roku compatible device.
There you go. Yeah. I would too. I think it's better than the Prime one or Amazon Fire Stick one. Matter of fact, the Amazon Fire Stick one's pretty trash.
It's trash in comparison?
I don't like it, yeah.
It's not the one?
Not as good and sleek as this.
As
no.
Roku? That's our new thing review of the week. Be sure to check us out on TikTok where we review things. You got a cool one up there the other day. You got a new deck that you had got in, right?
Yeah. Just some cards to add to my deck.
This brings us to the main bit here of the show. Our spotlight today on Afrobeat music. This may, like all of our extended ones, our spotlights, may end up in the future being a part 2 because there's so much to go through that, who knows. But let's go ahead. Let me find out where. Here we are. Okay. Before we start, because you did say that you listened to the Black Panther soundtrack, right? There was some artists that you were kind of familiar with because maybe we had talked about them, right? The songs that we heard, like that we've played on here before, right? What do you know? What are artists that you maybe know? Maybe songs that you know? Maybe an idea?
Sure, it's funny. So like just names that I just know off that album are Rihanna. Just kidding. I like, it's funny because I'm not even sure if some of these artists were on the album at this point, but like just some of them would be like Wizkid, Burna Boy, Sampa, and I think that's the end of it as far as it goes for me. Is Sampa one of them?
Sampa would be more like, I think he's British. Like he's like R&B. Like he has his own thing. I wouldn't necessarily consider him like the genre.
I don't know. Okay, maybe. Okay, gotcha. So like those are the only ones that stood out. Funny enough, in that Black Panther soundtrack, other than Afrobeat and those Rihanna songs, it also had a lot of like Latin American music.
Interesting, yeah.
Especially influenced, but like not like Bad Bunny or anything like
right.
But more so like I think Mayan or Aztec influence.
Interesting.
Because I believe in the movie they explores that culture as well.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
But so it was a mixture of a bit of everything. But yeah, I mean, again, it's just barely skimming the surface in my case. What are some names that you really enjoy when it comes to the genre that you look out for? If you see, you check out.
Your basics, like so, Wizkid, Burna Boy, probably the two biggest names.
Wizkid
right
being
now.
on One Dance, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
And I don't know if I think Burna Boy and Drake have done a song, but maybe on a Burna Boy album, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Fireboy DML. If we're to Omale, see a lot of these. Sarah would just have on like a radio, like, hey, S. I can't even say Siri name because she'll start popping up on everything and start taking control of the stream. But hey S, play a song, and it'll kind of just go through. So I kind of lose like who is who at when I kind of go through it, but I'll find like, oh, this is cool, and then find out later like, oh, that's their name, and I've heard 5 of their songs through kind of just that.
I get you. I think Thames was on that album too. That name sounds familiar.
Right.
Unless we did Thames together.
And I was told that Thames isn't. She's kind of Afrobeat. Not in it, kind of like not Afrobeat, the genre of it, but what's the word I'm looking for? Next to it though, it's like the R&B of like, if it would be hip hop, like the R&B of it would be, if a bad description of it, but definitely is featured on a lot of their songs, like emerged into the genre. So I have a song of that on. And Sarah put this together. She's the resident expert of this. So some songs might be new to me as well as we take this journey.
Nice.
And we see the first song is Wizkid. The song's called Mood, featuring Buju, off the album Made in Lagos. Let's go ahead and take a look in Afrobeat, see what we find here.
Oh, I'm in a big mood. Call I feel you. Something wake up cool in my body. Tell me what you do. I'm in a big mood. Call I feel you. Something wake up cool in my body. Tell me what you do. Make we go December. Pour some liquor, they do me jet. Get something sweet to put on my head, that's why. Now you the cool in my stress, so yeah. Make we go December. Pour some liquor, they do me jet. Get something sweet to put on my head, that's why. Now you the cool in my stress, so yeah.
I'm in a big mood. Girl, I feel you. I know say I love cause passing money, but I still want you. I'm in a big mood. Girl, I want you. Not only you, if you cool to my body, nobody but you. Yeah. Every night I go to rock your body. Baby girl, we go there no solo. Nobody fit tell me to leave my baby. Bend every night if it on to baby. Me and you, when you wake up, girl, you splashing on me. Girl, look like sweat all on me. Like big design, you be dripping on me. Maybe that's
that's why I know feel live. Yeah. Oh, I'm in a big mood. Call I feel you. Something wake up cool in my body. Tell me will do. I'm in a big mood. Call I feel you. Something wake up cool in my body. Tell me will do. Make we go December. Pour some liquor, they do me jet. Get something sweet to put on my head, that's why. Now you the cool in my stress, so yeah. Make we go December. Pour some liquor.
That was WizKid. Mood.
Featuring Buju.
Featuring Buju.
Buju.
What'd you think of that one?
It's chill. It was cool. It was just low key vibes. You know, nothing aggressive. Really dug it. Yeah. Perfect background music, just something to play while doing things.
I think that's a great way to already kind of begin describing it. Is not aggressive.
Yeah.
You know, it's very softer, but great background music. I think it's my favorite background music kind of just have back there. I don't need to like tune in, but every once in a while, if I kind of just like space out, or I'm like just like, you know, chilling, I can still kind of catch it and be like, this is kind of cool. Like I don't feel like I have to dance to it. I don't feel like I have to like, you know, do anything in particular to it. It could just kind of all happen.
Just let it be.
Exactly. The next song here is DJ Tunes.
Okay.
It's the posse cut right here.
Oh, okay.
Song called Pammy.
Okay.
WizKid, Adekunle, Gold, and Omale.
Oh, you mentioned Omale earlier. So let me ask this. First off, like, what region are they primarily from? Is it Africa?
So it is Africa,
or is it
but
Caribbean?
It's West Africa.
West Africa. It's not Caribbean at all.
Correct. So anything that's Caribbean would be more dance hall, reggae,
sure.
right?
Right.
That would be that would be like the difference, right?
So specifically West Africa?
Yeah, so Nigeria is really like the biggest hub where almost 90% of these artists I say would come from.
Is WizKid from Nigeria?
WizKid is from Nigeria. Lagos.
Okay.
Specifically.
And do they live out there still, or are they like in Britain or out here in the US?
I think they either live there or they live in Britain. I think a lot of them live in London though.
Okay.
That's kind of where the scene was kind of first emerging, which makes sense because that's an easier travel than like getting to America, you know. So you can go back and forth from Nigeria to London and not vice versa. Whereas I think that's what makes America such a good hotbed for like Bad Bunny, J Balvin, because they're so close that a tour is not like a crazy thing to go South America or them. So they were able to tour Africa, but they're also able to tour Europe and like have the music circulating through there.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Is DJ Tunes the DJ Khaled of
Sorry, yeah. What would you say DJ Tunes is? Okay, so maybe possibly the DJ Khaled of like he's bringing them together.
Hey, okay.
Another one. Here we go.
Pam. I hear that's his daughter's name.
Hey. That's true.
Father of Pam.
Let's see.
DJ Tunes is his daughter. Oh, it's Pammy. Oh, Pammy. I thought it was explanation.
Pammy. Pammy. Yo. Pammy. Pammy. Only we see baby be a daddy. Daddy.
What? I have it muted.
I don't get time. Pammy. Baby, don't kill my vibe. Pammy. Shall we go make up till the morning?
Yeah.
Oh man, need to make up when he love the casoro dale. Mogbe. If we do, I make we so free now.
Cause of my money I go give titi la la ya ma shy. Mogbe oh, yeah. Ebelebe mo. See your love is so insane, oh. Now only you every day, mo. Need my head with a grace, oh. Baby, girl, for you I'm mad all the time, oh. They know we quench our flame, oh. And I'm not afraid to let you know, say now you are one, and I'm loving the things you did make me do now. Go shout it. Don't treat me like a fool now. Oh, baby. Baby girl, I know be you now. Go sorry. Now me be one for you now. Say every morning, every night, every day, oh my baby. Bami, 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 over bami, 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 oh bami, 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 over bami, bami. Me say no. Somebody call the popo. I want to report the murder case. Murder. Somebody call the popo on my baby, oh. One man down on the love highway. Guinea Marshall, I'ma do the fact by me, oh. Look what you done to me. Look what you done to me, oh my, oh my.
That was Pammy by DJ Tunes. But what were you saying?
Yeah, there's a portion where, you know, one of them mentioned, I love how chill the genre is and how, like, feel good it is, where, like, even when they mention calling the police because there's been a crime or whatever he mentions, he seemed just so chill, nonchalant, like, hey, you know, no stress. Like, I wasn't even tripping that there was a scenario where calling the police is warranted at this moment, just because he's just so mellow.
It's all right.
So
like,
smooth.
life is fine. Yeah. Hey,
it's good. Just listen to the beat. It's so good. Like, this is perfect, like, music when you want to drive, but you don't want to pay attention to the music you're playing while driving.
Right, but you want the music to be good.
You want music to play and be good, but you don't want to pay attention to it because you got to focus on driving. This
right.
is perfect for that.
Exactly. They get a little bit more information. So, WizKid has his own music group called Starboy Entertainment and DJ Tunes.
Does Weekend know?
Hey, you need the collab. Need the collab.
Starboys?
Starboys. Starboys International.
Starboys Universal?
So DJ Tunes might be the DJ Khaled technically, or like the Metro Boomin.
Yeah, to be fair, DJ Khaled I think did DJ for like at least Fat Joe at one point, right?
Yeah.
Hey.
There we go. It definitely is. It's another good word. Just, and you said it too. Is a nonchalantness to just the music. It's just like, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's. I agree though. Like, it's perfect to like. I just don't want it to be quiet. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want it to be too much. You know, like sometimes I'll go like walk and like get coffee or something, and I'll choose to put it on just because it's like, I just want to have this walk and enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have to like think too deep. But I don't want to hear that construction being done. Like, just get right inside of there. Because, you know, I feel like some music that's like labeled as that kind of thing, I feel like classical's aggressive as shit.
Classical music?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
dude,
guess
you
it's
go
hella
through hella different waves, man. Like, it's like, just, I mean, even think of the beginning of that one, just like, dun 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 dun. It's like, fuck, what do we just get into right now? Dun 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 dun.
Hey, can you imagine?
It's just your heart just paces.
Imagine, like, you know, it's like 1700s, 1800s, right? Whenever like that period is first starting, right? And you know, we're kicking at the local like tavern, right? And we're like, hey man, you hear Beethoven gonna be playing
Beethoven's
at the amphitheater, like, oh, he on 5 now? Oh damn, we gotta go. Imagine like you have no concept, like you can't take music home, you know what I'm saying? And like, and you go and you hear that, that's like it's hearing so like good, if you're on Metro, don't trust me.
I know, you're
like, oh shit, he's going stupid.
Do you think they were allowed to lose their shit at concerts back then? Dog.
I feel like where the peasants sat. I feel like it was like the rich seats, and you'd be out in like the fields.
And I hear where the peasant sat was actually up close in the front.
That's where the mosh pit started.
Yeah.
That's where,
They would have the peasants way up front because it was back then seen as the worst place to be, and all the rich people would be. The further back you were, the richer you're considered and the higher status.
you know, I'm gonna give you a little history lesson here.
Yeah.
So the mosh pit, right?
Yeah.
It's a big misconception where it started, right? So back in those days, in these amphitheaters, right? You know, as you
The
said,
old Victorian
peasants,
Global Theater and such.
right?
Yeah.
But the outdoor ones, right? As you said, like the poor people be in the front, and because it was like there's poor people, right? They wouldn't even give it like grass or nothing. It would just be like mud.
Yeah.
And it was actually that first one was built on a marsh, right? So it got really muddy and swampy over there in the front, right? And it was
This term is actually, I see, a marsh pit.
right, exactly. That's what it exactly.
But
Because it's old English, right?
yeah,
It kind of just a translation, but I heard like the root, as rumor has it, the first time he hit that do 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 do
Oh, bro,
like they couldn't help
like elbows and shit.
because you know they didn't have seats. The poor people, right? So all they could really do was they just started like, oh shit, he's going crazy. Do 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 do. Nah, this shit was
Oh,
going
the savagery, dog.
right? Aggressive
They
as
must, have
shit.
been, they must have been so high, especially off of a few pints of, you know. That's also, you know how we were discussing before how, like, mind your P's and Q's comes from mind your pints and quarts.
Right.
Because, you know, these motherfuckers would drink and start causing mosh pits and shit. And
Exactly.
It would just get
Exactly.
insane.
They had to stop serving ale at the amphitheaters
I'm not surprised.
because they were just getting too. It was getting too rowdy.
Yeah.
But you know, that's a little history lesson if you want to know
History
like
of
the
mosh
mosh
pits.
pit. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
actually marsh pits if you want to say it the proper way.
Yeah, these motherfuckers got
So
mosh
yeah,
pit.
no,
Mosh.
a marsh pit.
Posh pit. Shit, get out of here.
Next we have Omalay. He was on the last song. We were talking about him a little bit earlier. Probably like an emerging star, I guess you can say.
Okay.
You know, Wizkid hit that hit Justin Bieber song, and that's kind of like like you're out of there, right?
Wait, Wizkid and Justin Bieber did a song, is what you said?
So there was a Wizkid song that blew up,
Uh-huh.
and then Justin Bieber hopped on a remix, and then it
Oh.
went like #1. It was
Oh,
like
okay.
2020,
Okay.
and that kind of I would say maybe kickstarted the like American ushering in America, which funny. Justin Bieber helped usher in reggaeton back into America when he hit that Despacito. So Justin Bieber is the Western music ambassador.
And then you said ushered in. Was it Usher that found Justin Bieber?
Oh no, I just meant ushered in as in like brought it over. But
right,
Usher did find Justin
Yeah,
Bieber.
no. Yeah, you guys see what you're doing. Usher did, right? I forgot if that was like an actual fact or if I'm just like, yeah.
Right.
I
No,
guess
that
you could
was.
say Usher him in. Yes, can we? Is that okay? Yes. Can you read me what the album title is, please?
Get laid.
Get
He's on fire
laid.
tonight, eh?
Get laid, okay.
Omalay, bad influence.
Bad
Get
influence.
laid.
He's the bad boy of this.
What you
genre.
think he's gonna talk about? Do you think it's like
I
some?
think he was heavily influenced by Bad Intentions by Dr. Dre and Nocturnal. So I'm expecting I don't give a fuck 'cause I'm just drinking, smoking. You've
right.
heard that.
That kind of. You're right.
Yeah, so I'm expecting something raunchy.
Let's see if we get there. But like laid back though.
Laid back,
but it's like raunchy though.
Yes. There we go. Perfect.
you got me now. I know you got me now. I know you got me now. Followed you up and down. Followed you up and down. Followed you up and now I don't lost my mind. Now I don't lost my mind. Now I don't lost my. Now I know you lied. Now I know you lied. Now I know, cause the doctor said I burnt my liver. I've been drinking, smoking cigars. Used to sing and play my guitar. Now I'm lost in this and bizarre. Everything I do, everything where you talk, I do, everything where you ask, I do. Say you don't bust my eyeglass, you don't scatter my plans. See my eye, I don't cross. You put me for ambulance. See why you make me bitch. See why you make me big. See what you did to me. God save me, please.
Oh,
Oh my God, we've been doing that all fucking night.
yeah, it's on theme for tonight.
Huh? I for some reason it wasn't playing through there. That's reverted. Very chill song.
Yep.
Sad.
Sad
And
and chill.
it's kind of cool. It's like sometimes you listen to that kind of like sad song, right? And it's like, damn, like everything about this is sad. It makes me feel sad. Like the song is cool, but it's like a sad ass song. They're like, look, we're gonna give you a sad ass song, but it's always gonna make you feel good. So like, don't
Feel
even
good.
worry.
Feel good sad music.
First time ever. Nobody's ever captured it, bro.
Feel good sad music.
Let's see if the theme continues with this next song. This is WizKid.
Uh-huh.
It's off his new album,
Okay.
Two Sugar, featuring Arya Starr, off the album More Love, Less Ego.
Ooh, I like that.
Let's give it a try.
Got a bag full of feelings and a house full of regrets. This baggage is can't fit in no plane, don't mean to digress. I wanna know what's the reason why you move it slow? As you move, no they cross my lane. Shorty nonsense, my best to mommy. My best to mommy. If you get the problem, my best to mommy. My best to mommy, I divide my own demons. Don't you see? Don't know, don't you see if you get the problem? My best to mommy, my best to mommy. No.
Oh yeah, mami, to mami, go. And I know feel life for you, mami, yo. Go loco pa me, yo. I mean, not they love, but they try me, yo. Say my kind life, no they funny, yo. Many things I seen, feed up by me, yo. Big money, man, nothing tiny, yo. I mean, no they take
Man,
me,
I find my own demons. Keep the bad energy going. Play with no time when you see us.
We got the right energy on, yeah.
Bust to the rhythm, nothing long. Yeah.
We dey fly with the thing on, yeah. And who know they grind, know they belong, yeah. Bad energy, you know, come aside.
Shorty nonsense, my best to mommy. My best to mommy. If you get the problem, my best to mommy. My best to mommy. I divide my own demons. Don't you see? Don't know, don't you see if you get the problem? My best to mommy. My best to mommy.
So if I'm not mistaken, a lot of the songs and like lyrics in the songs will have like a they'll kind of go back into like their native language at times. So I think like the hook on that one was like a piece of that.
Okay.
But what'd you think of that one?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Just, similar vibes as the last. Yeah, it was cool. Is it always mostly in English?
It is mostly in English majority of the time, yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes it kind of gets slipped in like a lyrics here and there, right?
But never full songs in their native language.
Right. So you've heard some WizKid, right?
Yep.
You've heard DJ Tunes, We the Best.
Yes, sir.
Omale. We went back to WizKid. Now it's Burna Boy, which you're kind of familiar with as well, right? Is that the name?
Yeah.
Right. So let's go ahead and give this one right here a listen. Last.
We don't cast, last. Now everybody go to breakfast. Shayo. Shayo. You go bow for the result, though. Nothing to discuss, oh. Cause I did win by default and without any doubt, oh. I'm a me happy adult, oh. I no go feed the girl insult, oh. I'm a mind that's you the talk, oh. I put my life into my job and I know I'm in trouble. She manipulate my love, oh. I know holy and I know that get both. Like the Baba Frayo, my ayo, don't cry, yo. I need it more and shadow. I need it more and shadow. I need it more and shadow. Shadow. I need it more and shadow. I need it more and shadow. I need it more and shadow. I did Port when then kill Soboma. I did try to buy moto, want Toyota Corolla. My feelings been they swing like Django Lover. Been they swing like Django Lover. Now you crash your Ferrari for Lucky Bona. Now so much you remake could have been all over. My feelings today swing like Django Lover. Feelings today swing like Timbani at you. I'm a white dog in Fenisu. Why you say I did nothing for you when if I do anything you want?
That is Last. I think this is off his last album too. No pun intended.
Last?
Yeah. Most recent album, but last album. Last off the last album. Yeah.
Is it also the last track?
It's first track.
Oh man. I liked his voice a lot. I think it stands out compared to some of the other artists we listened to. And yeah, I think he has a really cool, unique voice.
It's
a bit more gruff. Slightly, not really gruff,
right,
but like deeper.
So it kind of almost his voice brings a bit of aggression.
Yeah, it does.
But but he's still chill.
Yeah, it's chill aggression. Like, it's just like don't piss him off.
Right.
Type of voice.
But we're having a good time.
Yeah.
Sorry, just don't piss him off.
Yeah, just have a good time, please.
Don't knock over his rum.
Yeah.
Like you knock over his rum might be a problem. Like Burna Boy, like if you're, you're at the club and it's like super packed, right? And you're trying to move by, right? Like if you kind of bump into him and he's like, you didn't like knock over his like drink or like spill anything on him, like he'd be cool about it.
Yeah.
Like, and you just hear his voice like, wow, I could have really like, he could have been mad at me for sure.
Yeah.
But like, he's going to like laugh it off a little bit, but it's kind of like, I don't know. I got first before like, I don't know. Like that voice, I don't know.
Am I going to get shot outside?
It's going to beat me up. Burna Boy, going to put the Burna Army Boy.
Yeah. Oh man.
So we have, I actually want to take you to one of my favorite songs, right? Now, this is probably one of the more upbeat songs.
Okay.
So it's going to be a little bit different than like the BPM, even that. It might be BPM, but you're going to sense the difference in it, right? Let me play it. This is Peru, Fireboy DML, and Ed Sheeran. We're going to talk about Ed Sheeran and Afrobeat as well. So this is done.
Interesting.
I'ma get no be so. Girl, you won't capture my soul. I'ma get no be so. Make we one bolombo. Better, bye. Better, bye. I'm loose. Even better done the para. Tonight in Josie, I'm in Josie. Won't call it for one Josie. I'm not playing with you, I'm not joking. My thought of mom is loaded. Me, you can fight, but I'm on board. I'm on duty, but I'm on low-key. They want do me, they want do me. They want do me, cause they want do me. When you won't want me, when you won't want me. I'm in San Francisco, Jammy. When you won't want me, when you won't want me. I just flew in from Miami. Peru, para. Peru, para. I'm loose. Even Peru done me para.
Pour out the bottle, I wanna level up. When I'm with you, I never get enough. Slow wine, I'm not in a rush. I can hear music when you're here. Tonight we're rolling, party till closing. Since I put the ring on the finger, it's still frozen. Love in slow motion, I wanna feel you over me, yeah. Certain magic in your eyes, yeah. Girl, I love the way you ride it. And it happens every time you arrive, that's right. Girl, I want you in my life, yeah. There's a heaven and it's right here. I will never leave your side, stay tonight. When you won't see me, when you won't see me, I'm in West London this evening, giving me the feelings, no I'm not leaving, till I fly LA next weekend. Peru, nah, girl I'd rather go find somewhere quiet. You glow, and I get lost here in your eyes. I'ma gain all be so, girl you just capture my soul. I'ma gain all be so, make me wanna just take you home.
Peru, para. Peru, para. I'm loose. Even Peru done the para. Peru, para. Peru, para. I'm loose. Even Peru.
That is Peru by Fireboy DML and Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran, not the artist you would think you'd be seeing on an Afrobeat song.
Try to imitate their flow, right?
So he's actually a big fan, and they're a big fan of him. So he was kind of somebody who helped break them into London, like that, like Europe, because he would have them featured on his albums, right? If I'm not mistaken. So it was kind of getting them circulated, because he was like the first kind of big superstar to kind of like, you know, put his name on it and something. So it's they actually, and it's funny because I always just imagine in my head, can you imagine like just studio with, you know, Burna Boy and Wizkid and who was it, DJ Tunes, and then Ed Sheeran.
That's interesting. I didn't know he had that much of an impact on it. Yeah, that's interesting. I had thought like it's more so him just being in, you know, getting on the hype and just imitating it for this song in particular. And
he's certified.
Dang.
Justin Bieber maybe like that, maybe, yeah. And you know, maybe for like Wizkid, it's like it makes sense. Like it's only gonna be better for the genre as a whole. But nah, Ed Sheeran he be really with the shits.
He's certified.
He's certified out there.
That was a cool song.
Certified star boy.
Yeah.
Let's see. We're gonna play one more. We're gonna bring a part 2 back to this one. Let me see what a good one is. Let me do this one. So this is Thames. Like I said, Thames. You had seen her on there. She's my favorite artist right now.
Okay.
Not necessarily Afrobeat, like I said, but adjacent to it.
Okay.
So let's go ahead for the last song and give this one right here.
If Orange Was a Piece is the album?
Yes, place.
Okay. If Orange Was a Place. Okay.
All my voice is a mystery, but they always tryna diss me. Same guys tryna get in my way. Keep the same vibe, you can roll in my dick. Oh, my voice is a mystery, Ride the wave of my history. I've been distant to keep my distance. Goodbye to a boring life. I like to seek, but I'm never inside. Even though my time's right, I like to care, but it never reach fight. Swinging my ways like I never did say. And then I roll like I really get baked. And you can't believe what you heard about me. It's the magic for me. They keep trying to reach me, yeah, yeah. It's the magic for me. I make them weak till they run insane. So get me late on a weekday. I'm on the way, I'm a ways on the display. And I'ma shut them all down on the D-Days. It's my time, so put me on a replay. Oh, this girl, when they said they won't try me. Oh, this girl, when they wanted them by me. Oh, this girl, when they said they won't break. Oh, this girl, when they said they won't shake. Oh, this girl, when they said they won't break you. Oh, this girl, when they said they won't take you. Oh, this girl, when they said they won't buy me. Oh, this girl, when they wanna be funny. I wanna call and they make me call. Back then when I have no friends and you're condescend, but I really want rescue. Even though, bro, I gon' let you go, but I really want show that you really contest me. Even on the days when they try to arrest me, but you live a lie, there's no way you could get me. Piss them off, they lock me up in a celly. Then they shock them when they see me on the telly. You know, I'm a vibe and I run it as usual. I the only come around just to make it. And I can shake things, but I break it. You name it, boy. Who knew? I won't care for the things that you do. I could turn, let everyone try me. Cause you're never gonna get what's for me. Yeah.
And that was Thames Replay. What'd you think of that?
I liked it. I think it's one of my favorite songs that we heard tonight. As far as the show goes. But then again, I guess it's because as I was listening to this, and I was thinking, I'm like, I think the reason that this stands out more so than any of the other songs that we listen to is because it just has just so many different emotions throughout the whole song. It has ups and downs, etc. A variety. It's so on and so forth. And it made me think Afrobeat, the term that I want to use is monotonous, but it's not monotonous at the same time. It's not monotonous in the sense of the clear eyes, commercial type of guy speaking thing, but
right.
It just seems like once you catch whatever vibe the song is presenting, it'll keep that consistency throughout the song. Whereas something like this had different aspects to it, and you just didn't know what to expect from minute to minute. If that makes sense.
No, absolutely. I feel like it's not as dynamic.
Dynamic's the perfect term. Thank you.
Probably by design. You know what I'm saying? I think that
it's not meant to be, right?
They capture what they want to capture on there, and it's perfect for. It's good to hear. It's music that you would play if you had a restaurant. A brunch spot. Yeah. It's a music that you play if you're just kind of cleaning the house. Yeah. If you want to, it's family safe. It's something I would play around my mom. I would play around my grandma if I'm just having something in the background. It's pretty indiscriminate and just it's so chill even when it's the content seems more emotional, or maybe it's even a little bit more
it goes under the radar.
Exactly. So it works in the way that it's supposed to work. Yeah. I think somebody like Thames kind of crosses into everything matches the emotion. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Where I wouldn't say Afrobeat hides the emotion, but it kind of just tucks it in there because it really just wants to have a good time. You know what I'm saying? In its purest sense, it does that very well. I think Thames does something different, and I like to, whenever I do a Fireboy DML Siri give me a radio station that's like this and just kind of play songs like Aren't It. Thames will pop up at times and it'd be like a nice change of pace in that, you know, because I pick Afrobeat because I don't want to have to think too hard and I don't want to have to whatever. But when Thames does pop up, it's like, that was just the right amount of thinking and emotion and like self-reflection that I needed. You know what I'm saying? Because if I really wanted to, I'd either just listen just to her whole album or I listen to a different genre. I listen to, you know, if I really wanted to. So it's like it's mood music to its finest.
Right.
You know?
Is she also Nigerian?
Yes. Okay. If anything, I would recommend listen to her projects.
Sure.
They're really interesting. I have it on repeat still to this day. Like it fits what I want a lot of the time, where I do want some meat and emotion in there, but I don't want too much. Like chill. Mr. Morale the step. No, chill, bro. Chill. I'm not trying to do all that. Like, damn, relax. Damn.
Mr. Morale's a heavy album for sure.
But you know, we'll come back to Afrobeat.
Yeah, no, it seems like we barely scratched the surface.
We got a little intro of it.
A little bit of everything.
What album you want to do next week?
Next week? What are we doing next week?
We don't have nothing necessarily planned. Is there anything that kind of you've been thinking of, been holding on for the new year?
The show about nothing. You know what? Why don't we do this for next week if you're up for it? Did you listen to a lot of new music last year?
Not really.
Enough. Okay.
I was
gonna say, you want to do? I bring 5 of your favorite songs from last year. I bring my 5.
Okay.
And we just go over it. Doesn't have to be like, you know, grand masterpieces shit like that we played a lot, but released that year.
Okay, so released from last year.
2022.
Okay.
But just whatever you like.
All right. So like let's go back and forth with it. Yeah. Okay. That's kind of cool. Do like a sound clash.
Yeah. We'll do our own little end of the year list, but we'll keep it short, succinct. 5 and 5.
That would be cool too. We can kind of do that with a lot of stuff if we don't have a particular album, and you know we can be like 2001. What are your 5 songs like from there? Yeah.
Kind of what we would do.
Right.
We did like a cool little version of that with good music, where we all just brought like tracks from good music that you like. Boom,
and
boom,
you know
boom.
that's kind of what the Bay Area one turned into.
Yeah, with a larger group out there.
Right.
Yeah. So end of the year review 2022.
And so we got our own book club. Catch us on Mondays as we go through the list and find out if something is going to be better than what our benchmark was last time. We'll revisit that next time we go. Follow us on TikTok, and we'll see you next week. This has been episode 26 of the book club. I'm James Levine.
I'm Mohammed.
Have a good night.
Thank you all.